Hello, my lovelies. Hello. My name is Kat. Welcome to my channel, Weird is the New Black. And this is a pick a card reading for what do I need to do to align with love? So this is particularly for people who are single. If you're in a relationship and you're in separation, then it also counts. That's fine. But generally single energies. So we've got pale green stone here. We've got a purple and white stone here. So that's stack 1, stack 2, stack 3, the blue stone, stack 4 is the black stone. So take a moment, align with the energy, be drawn to your stack, and I will see you on the other side. Hello there, stack number 1s. Hi, how you doing? This is for you that chose the pale green stone here. Oh, this is interesting. I mean, the thing that I've noticed most about these particular set of cards is that what we've got here, right here, is the reconciliation. Someone from your past is returning to your life. It's next to the ruby rose, which says celebration, union, and reunion. And then the Six of Vessels says reunion. And then we've got Six of Cups again, so it came out twice for you. And this is the Five of Cups reversed, but I'm looking at the Two Cups here. I really feel that you have a soul connection with somebody that you would like to bring back into alignment. Now, that's not for all of you. Some of you are just want to let the past go because it's filled with too much drama. And if that's the case, then I really feel like the messages are still relevant, because I feel like you are leaving behind past hurts, past drama, past regrets potentially, and turning around to find a soul connection is like standing right behind you and waiting for you, like, hi, hi, check this card out. Hi there, hi. So this could be a divine counterpart that is waiting for you. Or if you already know that you are in a twin flame connection, which I think some of you, a lot of you do, and this is a definite soul connection energy with the Six of Cups twice up here and these Two Cups down here and this red rose and the feminine. So if you are the divine feminine in this energy, you need to really embrace this feminine energy. Now, if you're a masculine, you need to be fearless and bold towards your feminine. And this is the Badger spirit here. I love this card. It's epic, because badgers are epic, but it says be fearless and bold and approach this feminine. So in general, I feel that your energy is really light and beautiful, and that it says here that enthusiasm, and it says self-expression, inspiring others, self-confidence, totality, success, sharing, and a positive response. So if you are afraid or worried about a reunion, I think that you will receive a positive response, but I do think that you need to be bold about this, be fearless and bold about this. If, like I say, you haven't met this person and you know they're out there and you want to meet them, I feel like this energy is so goddamn close, it's untrue. It's so close, it's so exciting. It's really lovely. So there's a few things that you need to tweak in order to come forward. One of them is that you need to step up, and this says display, drama and performance. And I feel along with this self-expression card here, you need to really express your capabilities, your energies creatively. I feel like a lot of you are very creative and very connected to kind of fairy energy, if that resonates with you. There is a real strong, I call this my fairy card in this deck. Look how beautiful it is. There's an elegance, a lightness. I feel like some of you are really beautiful dancers, that you move beautifully, that there's some kind of fluidity about that energy. So this says sensuality and energy here. So this is ocean and Shakti. And this card suggests that you really need to celebrate your sensory capabilities. You need to immerse yourself in your senses. So for me, this is like a mindfulness energy where you connect. And Shakti here says to me, some of you need to do some meditating and get that Kundalini energy moving. It may be that you felt kind of stale, not sensual, but you've got such an abundance of this energy and it's so beautiful. There's something very captivating about your energy here. So captivating. There is such poetry in motion is what I want to say. That's what I'm hearing. And I feel like you need to be brave and display your capabilities in terms of your sensuality and your movement-based energy. The other thing I'm getting from this sensuality card up here is that you need to take some time to really immerse in the senses. So I'm feeling here sacred bathing is quite important. And I'm also feeling massage and self-indulgent sensual energy. I feel like you've I feel like you've held back from that a little bit, that you need to enthusiastically express your love for yourself and indulge yourself in the senses, not in a bad way, not in a like overdoing it energy, or I just don't feel that that's your nature anyway. But there are a lot of cups up here, so you know, do be a little bit, maybe you have overindulged a little bit in the past, but this is saying you contain your energetic field and allow all that energy to kind of saturate in and not be expressed out. Don't let it spill over with these 5 of cups here, because there's always 3 cups spilled over. I don't think you're in that energy anymore if you were, because I do feel like that is behind you and you're ready to turn around here. This figure for me is getting ready to turn around and face this 2 cups, these, you know, this love that is literally waiting for you by the riverbank. Look, and there's water here. There's a lot of water here, so you may well be a water sign or an air sign. I'm getting that as well. Now this ruby rose says loving your soul pain, and underneath it says flowers and fickle. And I feel like you may have dealt with some fickle energies in the past, and that has brought pain. And this is why the reconciliation card is up here. Now, if you don't want to reconcile with a particular person, you do need to reconcile with yourself, very much so. You need to kind of forgive yourself, come back to yourself. So this is like the higher self meets the lower self energies. Maybe there's been some drama that's gone down, or you've dealt with somebody that was very demanding of your attention, which is why you need to kind of get your energy levels back in terms of like lavishing yourself, because I think you're very giving and I think you've given out a lot of energy. And down here it says Prince, which the light attribute came up. It says romantic charm and potential for power. And I really feel that that's you. You are charming. You have great potential. But I don't feel like necessarily you're seeing your power. And you might have dealt with somebody who was using their power for I don't even know how to say that. Aggrandizement. I think that means that basically they were bigging themselves up. And they may have been very, you know, peacocky about it, is what I want to say. And fickle. They may have been seemingly like the ideal romantic energy. Now down here it's damsel, and it came up in reverse, and the shadow attribute is waiting for a knight to provide for you, seduction by romantic illusion. So I think some of you may well have been duped by somebody, or maybe you feel that you've done that. I mean, you have to take what resonates here. So, you know, I don't want to trigger you too much, but if that is you and you do resonate with it, I really feel like you're getting that into that's not who you are anymore. And if you're dealing with somebody who was like that, and this is a twinned energy and a soulmate connection, I really don't feel like that is this person any longer. It says here, I have so much to be thankful for, gratitude. So I really feel like there's so much spiritual blessing available to you, and spirit is smiling down on you, and be grateful for that. Now on the back, it has an affirmation, and this is an affirmation that I think would really help you out here. It says, when I think about what I'm grateful for, I feel positive and calm. I radiate warmth and appreciation. And there's so much natural warmth in your energy. There's so much big-heartedness here. And you really want to put your heart into this Six of Cups space, this reunion with a soulmate or a twin, or like it could be a past life thing where you reunite with somebody. If so, I feel like you already know that this person is en route for some reason, and that you already are like a large way, like 80 to 90% of the way already aligned with the energy that brings in this love. Because the dreams card underneath this, it says incubation, and I feel like you've been sitting with that energy, manifesting this energy, turning it over in your head and seeing it potentially in dreams, or dreaming about this romantic connection. Or again, possibly somebody from your past where you're now kind of gearing up to be ready to be reunited. It says union here. So I do feel like this is about, if you're a man, this is about being bold towards your feminine. If you're a feminine, this is about recognizing that the feminine energy here, and she does look a bit beleaguered, bless her. Look, a bit beleaguered. It's been through the wars. This feminine energy, which is just, again, delicate, beautiful, graceful, energetic, is very powerful. Badger spirit, be fearless and bold. And I just feel like, instead of seeing the feminine energy as like needing to be receptive or needing to be sort of take too much drama, take too much crap, be kind of rolled over in terms of being heard as well. I'm feeling that. And feeling as well, possibly like not what's the word, like flamboyant enough, and not competing in that arena, because I do feel this sense of modesty around this. But you need to step up and go, you know what, be more flamboyant, show your fantastic capabilities. This card also says, what are you grateful for? Make a list. So I think that would be really valuable. When you think about each of these things, what feelings do you have inside? So again, manifestation energy, and I say this all the time in my readings, and I really feel it's true. I really don't think the universe gives a damn what you think or what you do, but it does care how you feel. And it's the feeling energy that attracts things into your life. So if you feel you've already made it, that you're already engaging, that you're already expressing yourself, celebrating yourself, giving yourself the time and attention and nurturance in terms of your sensuality, and recognizing that sensuality is something that you're really like in the body with, in the muscles with, then it comes through. How does gratitude help you is the third question. And again, really useful. Now, these messages are from a deck that I've designed myself, the Twin Flame Messages, Hello, I Love You cards. I've picked them not because I presume that everybody's in twin flame connections, although in this case I think you might be, so that might resonate, or that you're just about to meet your twin. But I wanted to pick messages that your higher self, or your lower self even, wanted to share with you. And so the two cards that you got, health is a priority for me at the moment. I want it to improve. So I do feel like next to this feminine energy, there's a kind of beleaguered energy. I feel like you may have struggled energetically. You may have really struggled, and may have taken quite a lot to deal with pain, loving your soul pain, coming to accept, coming to terms, reconciling with yourself because of former drama, because of stuff that went down that hurt. And I'm getting, feeling burned as well here with this fire energy, burned by somebody who was very romantic. And it says, let's go out. This one says, let's go out and have some fun. We need to be less serious and just relax together. And I think that's you with you saying, get your glad rags on. There's the sequins in this card. Go out, commune with other people, celebrate. There's a lot of celebratory energy in this particular Six of Cups for me. It's just hanging out, relaxing, enjoying yourself. And you're so close. I mean, there's only this Five of Cups, which has any sort of form of negativity and the soul pain energy here. I just feel like you're so ready to turn around from previous disappointments. You're on the cusp of releasing this energy, and you've put in a lot of work. Maybe you do meditate quite a lot. Maybe there is some form of sensual meditation or sensual movement energy that relates to you, that has really assisted. If not, then definitely get in touch with this. There's so much airy energy. I just see this card spinning around in this deck, and just truly embracing themselves, just like truly enjoying that the moment that they're in. Be enthusiastic about reconciliation if that's what you want with somebody, or be enthusiastic about reconciling with yourselves. I do think there is a fear of something wonderful coming in and then going out very quickly. There's sort of the fickleness of this energy, like it's just for a season kind of thing. Don't be a damsel in distress if you are in a feminine energy. If you're a masculine energy, stop rescuing damsels in distress and start seeing the feminine as needing to be fearless and bold. You need somebody who, is on a level, like doesn't lean on you or for rescuing. If you're the feminine, maybe you felt like something rescued you, or maybe you were hoping, because there's a lot of romance here, there's a lot of romantic idealism, or you thought it was the answer, you thought you were rescued in maybe your past relationship. But this is saying, power energy. This is like powerful energy, and also conservation, careful conservation of what energy you do have if you're still healing your soul from some kind of pain. It says loving your soul pain, and there's real acceptance. Be grateful for the journey that you've gone through. And I do feel like, you've been through a hell of a journey. You may have reunited and it's fallen apart, and reunited and it's fallen apart. You may be turning away entirely from that, like I say, and if you are, and you know that that's not for you, you're going to meet a soulmate or a twin that you're like, well, now this is the real thing. This is the authentic energy. And so take heart, have hope, and be in the moment with this. Now, there's a postcard from Spirit, so I'm going to read this. Dearest you, selfless giving is the elixir so sweet and life-giving and amazing that it should be customary for everyday living. Right now, generosity is being asked of you. Let go of a debt, release an obligation, or do a solid kindness to somebody for no other reason than as an exercise of the heart. You will be surprised how quickly a generous heart is repaid. We know it often doesn't happen in the immediate exchange, so temper your expectations. Know that life is an uncanny way of sending miracles seemingly unrelated to your kindness, yet interconnected in magical ways. The more you act from generosity, the bigger your heart grows, and the more love and abundance you will experience. Again, I feel that goes with the gratitude. Yeah, be grateful and be generous towards life. We also know that someone could be entering your life with a generous offer for you. Well, there you go. Like, there really is some kind of energy coming in for you, I think. Take it and trust you are worthy and deserving of it. You have to receive and not just give. Well, that pretty much sums it up for me, because I do think that you've depleted your energy by giving a lot over, and being very, very inspirational to others. But now this is about self-confidence. This is about finding inner success and sharing. So go and express yourself. Look after your health. Look after your energy. Give yourself time during the day to just be with you, or take time out for like spa day, massage, whatever connects you with that sensuality that you have in enormous abundance here. And I really think that, you know, you're really on the right path. There's very little for you to do other than just enjoy your moment. Keep dreaming it into being. Keep dreaming it into being. Put fickle energies behind you, and dream into being more of a consistency. But I think it's, and go out, have some fun. I think that something might happen when you go out and just chill out. So lots of relaxation and lots of healthy improvement for you. That's all I've got for you, stack number one. I really do hope that resonated. And if it did, please like and subscribe and share. Thanks so much for listening. Bye. Hello, stack number two. And this is for you that chose this purple and white stone here, which is beautiful. So this is interesting, but it's quite heavy. It's quite heavy energy here. I do feel like there's quite a lot of past energetic that is preventing you from feeling optimistic about the future. So we've got straight off the bat, we've got something bad might happen, fear. And then up here, Kali, it says fear as well. So that's like a double enforced message for me. That's something you're pretty afraid of something. And I think that something's gone down in the past that put you in this headspace. The corners of the mouth cards here says nourishment, health, well-being, providing for others, creating balance, nurturing the body, mind and spirit. And this card is all about what are you taking into your body that is healthy. So maybe you're feeling run down is what I want to say, and that you've had your health impacted for some of you by a toxic situation that you're trying to replenish yourself or recover from. I also feel that something secret has gone down, or that somebody around you was keeping things quiet or keeping things secret, and that you didn't see this, or that you could have been the one that was keeping secrets. I mean, you have to take what resonates here. Whatever this was, this situation was toxic, and you feel that there was a lot of nurturance energy, or you felt that it was a healthy thing, but it ended up being wasteful, and you felt stagnant, you felt stuck, and some of you might still feel stuck and not sure how to align with a new love energetic, because there's a lot to clear here. Now under this we've got vampire, but in the shadow attribute, which says depleting others for your psychic survival, chronic complaining and codependency. And I almost said chronic complacency. You could have been dealing with somebody who did this to you, and were unaware of it, or you could have been depleting yourself and not have been aware of it, because we do have our eyes closed up here. So something you thought was healthy could have actually been like, you know, a bottomless pit, or some kind of, you know, like an oil spill on otherwise pure water. So something toxic's happened, and it's happened quietly in the dark, in the shadows. And this is sort of clandestine energy. So she's opening her mouth, and this girl's got her mouth closed. Like she's like, shh. So it's almost like articulating a secret, and that secret was perceived. So some of you might have recognized that there were secrets going on in the past. And I think that you could see this because up here we have the seer, which in this particular tarot deck is the high priestess. So we've got deep insight, deep intuition. Somebody saw what was happening in this situation. And I think that this, I don't know why I'm getting this, but I think that for a lot of you, this involved maybe a third party, a toxic energy, a toxic third party situation. And that what you thought was healthy actually turned out to be very negative indeed. I really don't like this vampire card, even when it's right aspected. But when it's upright, it says makes you aware that something is draining your life force. And I just don't think that you were aware of something toxic that was happening, maybe under your nose, and you didn't see it. But then her eyes are opened and the secret is somehow revealed. And or you're afraid of a secret coming to light and the repercussions of how that's going to make you feel, or how it does already make you feel, is a sense of having lost something of value. Because I feel Demeter here, in the Greek mythologies, her daughter Persephone was stolen, well, like went to Hades for 6 months of the year. So that's when winter happened. And because Persephone was the goddess of spring, and this is, Demeter was her mother, and she was frantic about the loss of this kind of spring energy. And I feel that you're very afraid of losing something for good. And this may be something that you consider to be a true love, a soulmate, or a twin flame, because that's what it says on the Himalaya card. It says pure love. So maybe you loved somebody dearly, and they treated you really badly, or that you secretly love somebody who's involved with somebody else, maybe in a different partnership. Now, because of these two cards here, now this is from my Twin Flame Messages deck called Hello, I Love You. The link will be in the description box if you want to buy this deck. And I haven't pulled this deck because I presume everybody's in a twin flame soulmate union, although it does say twin flame in this card here, so take what resonates. But this card says, I'm in long-term commitment. I'm not sure it's worth the pain to break up with my partner. Now, I feel like maybe you've involved with somebody who was already committed, already married, or maybe you were married and fell in love with somebody else, or not even married, but in a definite commitment with somebody. And maybe this is kind of something that happened unbeknownst to you, and you're very afraid of being deceived again, potentially. It says, I'm haunted by memories. I dwell on the past and I can't seem to move on, in the other card. And we've got a car that's got a rear view mirror that's looking behind. And there's another car following at a distance. So it's like you can't get away from this energy. There's this feeling of being dragged to constantly look behind you, constantly look behind your back. So it may be that you're thinking, well, if this has happened before, it can happen again. Or maybe you can't let this person go from the past, and because you feel this pure love for them, you feel that this is a strong connective energy with the seer, the high priestess, above this true love energy. Only you will know whether this is a real thing. And I do feel like for a lot of you, there is a genuine thing, and you may be desperately not wanting to see how you truly feel about that. But the bee spirit up here says sweet results await. It says, I really feel that it may be negative self-talking you're talking here, maybe self-critical, or that you'll feel very negative about something, and that you feel like you want to articulate how angry you feel about that, maybe frustrated. And I do feel that you need to articulate these energies, these fear spaces, and to come into alignment with them. And I'm feeling that you do need to open up and talk to somebody about what's been hidden here, because I don't feel like you're showing to the outside world, to a lot of people, just how affecting this space is, because I feel like these feelings and emotions run deep, 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 deep. And this snake energy here, I feel like there's a third party energy for a lot of you, that, you know, maybe you were the third party, or and didn't know, or there was somebody else and you didn't know initially, or maybe you did know and you were the one keeping the secret. But either way, it doesn't really matter, because if you want to align with love, you need to lighten the load of what's gone on in the past. And that won't resonate with all of you, that third party energy. But I do feel like there's been some poisonous, maybe gossip as well here. And there's a fear that that might affect or impact you, and that people are doing it quietly or behind your back. And there's a sense of vulnerability about this for me, because I do feel like you're very connected to your inner child, and that spirit actually really celebrates this fact. It's got playfulness to recapture romance, allow your inner youthful spirit of fun to shine. Youthful energy is stepping out to me in this card. I think that when you're on form, you're very playful, you're very engaging, you're very easygoing, but you're kind of, there's like a secrecy next to the playful energy. It's almost like you can't feel happy, or you feel bad about feeling like you're having fun. Now this card here says dilettante, light attribute, delights in the arts without having to be a professional, alerts you to the danger of becoming superficial in your pursuits. So I do feel like, you know, there's a need to embrace your natural creativity here. There's a real need to embrace that. And I do feel you've got massive creative potential here. If you're not expressing it, that definitely needs to be expressed. Under the secrecy card, you might be thinking that, you know, you're not good enough, or you're keeping it to yourself, or that there's some kind of holdback, there's some kind of silence on this. You know, I do feel that you know that you can't be dealing with superficial energies anymore. If you've dealt with somebody who was a dilettante, who sucked you dry and felt very toxic, and you know, maybe bullshit, a lot of bullshit is always my bullshit card, in a sense, because I feel like, you know, somebody like told you that they were providing, or they wanted to nurture, or that they were creating a balance. They maybe have spoken about health and nourishment and well-being, and meanwhile they were poisoning you, is my energy here. And I feel like that's really knocked your ability to be playful, or to feel light, because you need to talk about it, because you need to articulate it, because you need to, you know, if that's what's happened and you felt like you were responsible for that energy, you need to own up, you need to come clean. It doesn't necessarily have to be to the person that it was done to either. I mean, this won't resonate for everybody at all, obviously, but it does need to be articulated. And maybe as well, you feel that if it's been done to you, it still remains in the dark, and the person responsible hasn't acknowledged it to you, and that you've only got your intuition to rely on, and you may be a bit overly concerned that you're not going to see this kind of energy coming again. But if you've got your eyes fixed on the past in this car, you're more likely to crash, because you're looking behind you. So spirit is really trying to get you to look at the future. Look at the future energies here. Now here we've got something bad might happen. Fear. And on the back of this card, it says affirmation. I breathe in love. I breathe out fear. So I really feel like that's an exercise that needs to happen. So you need to breathe in an energy of love, breathe out any toxicity or wastefulness, or, you know, self-chastisement that you've got going on about being duped, or feeling you've participated in something you didn't know was going to have consequences, or whatever. I enjoy life to the max. I am fearless. So also it says, ask yourself, what are you afraid of? is there any evidence to support this? And how do your fears affect your life? What would you like to do about it? So if something traumatic has gone down, and I do feel like it really has, because you're worried about this reoccurrence energy, especially if it's a twin flame connection, that, you know, should I allow this energy back in, is what I'm feeling here, because, you know, they could do this all over again. You need to release on the injury, is what I'm feeling, because this bee is reminding me of honey, and honey is such a healing energy. It can help heal wounds. It's, oh, what's the word? It's anti everything. It's anti, oh God, I can't remember. My words are failing me. It helps clear up germs, clear up injuries. And I feel like as well that at the moment that because this bee's got tiny little cogs on its back, that you're having to kind of really assist yourself, or you may feel like you're lacking in pep. Yeah, this has affected your health, is what I'm feeling. It's affected your mind and your body, and especially mentally. I think you're overthinking. I think you're definitely overthinking this situation, and you need to move into the body energy, I think. Again, I'm feeling with the moon behind, there could have been secrets that were hidden from view, that you feel like a lot of effort that you put into the situation amounted to nothing, that you feel on the outs, where's my hive, or that other people have got great results, and that, you know, you're thinking, well, where's my honey? Spirit's like, oh, it's up ahead. Sweet results await in the form of this true love, this pure love, but it requires you releasing the past. There's definite fear about starting something new, with this Ace of Wands in reverse. And look at the lightning striking the tree behind it. Something's gone down that is big and impactful. And I do think that you need to get yourself back into feeling better about this situation and start, you will find your energy return. You've also got the Page of Cups here, but also in reverse. So it feels like a rejection to me for some of you, or just like it is no point in offering love when it results in me being struck and hurt. What's the point of stepping forward? But I feel like Spirit wants me to turn these cards around and saying a new beginning does await if you embrace the ability to be able to express yourself and express your love. And yes, there's a lack of confidence in that at this moment in time, but it is necessary to communicate love to the world, and maybe communicate to, if you've done this to somebody, and that's, again, like I say, take what resonates, then, you know, you need to take a chance and offer a loving message to a twin flame or a soulmate energy who is probably very intuitive and, you know, worked out what was going on. Even if you're scared that something bad might happen or that you might be rejected, and that's only for a few of you, but I do feel that that is really important. It's an important energy to open with. If you don't feel that you've met this person and you feel like that is the energy that you want to connect with, and for a lot of you, I think that that's the case, a new start needs to be taken, being in opening your heart space again. It's been wounded, is what I'm feeling. And this perception energy next to this black cat, you need to perceive black cat good luck. You need to perceive that good luck awaits. And I always call this my portal card, because I feel like this cat is sitting on the edge of this puddle, and like an Alice in Wonderland type portal is here. So the cat jumps through into a completely different universe. I don't know why I see it like that, but it just works for me like that. And I think you need to perceive a completely new world up ahead, where this true love does exist, where you can release on past energies, and go for somebody that is not committed to something else. I also feel like this commitment energy could be you. And if you're not with a partner, then this is you being afraid of commitment in general. That's what I'm feeling. You're not sure whether how to change or to take that leap into that new space, and to reignite your passion is what I'm hearing, and your creativity. You may feel that your creativity has been used or sucked dry again, and that you don't feel very joyful. But again, I feel like if you articulate this space, you're going to end up feeling much more playful. To recapture romance, allow your inner youthful spirit of fun to shine. You need to have some fun. You need to try new things so that you can connect, and you don't have to throw everything on the table immediately, but to just emotionally be able to connect, because there's such deep energy with this Demeter card here for me. Such deep energy. And you need to face the shadow, the fear factor, articulating something that you're afraid to articulate, that you're afraid to open up about your feelings and how you truly feel about something or someone in this energy. And you're going to need to be able to do that for a new love. You need to be able to remove the fear, because it's the fear that attracts this situation again. And it blinds us to seeing maybe things that are right in front of us, because we're afraid of losing them, because we're afraid of losing that spring-like energy that romance can bring into our life. But we can end up feeling codependent on it. And it can kind of go sour. And it's not what we thought it was, kind of energy. So I do feel like you're worried about maybe deluding yourself, and you need to change your perception on that. Spirit says you need to trust your own ability to divine the reality of the situation, and to know, because you have deep intuition. You have deep intuition to know what's what. And to look to the future with trusting your connection to spirit. Your spiritual connection is really significant here, and I really feel that you're not connecting to spirit in the way that you could, like as fully as you could. I think some of you are incredibly capable, like insanely capable psychically, and you're not seeing the results being good, because I mean, if you've unveiled something really toxic, then you may be afraid of using this capability for fear of what else you might see. But there is a connective energy here for some of you. You are connected already to a soulmate, to a twin flame energy, and you're afraid of engaging it at all, or offering any kind of emotional healing or love to this situation, for something fearful, because something might happen that's bad. Maybe you don't want this person and you fear that you might attract them back. Maybe you do and you fear you can't attract them back. Maybe they're committed to something else, or you are. There is some kind of block, if that resonates with you. Okay, so here's a spirit message for you, a little postcard from spirit. Dearest you, do you ever wonder whether your ideas and inspiration might be coming through your soul? There she is. Rather than generated from your mind alone, we are here to tell you we're always whispering in your ear about your highest good. We are conduits for spirit, letting you know you're a living channel for this awesome co-creative energy. When you're feeling inspired, it means you heard us. Inspiration means spirit is breathing through you. Inspiration needs your human passion to keep it going so you can make a difference in the world. So keep moving on what inspires you. Let yourself be led into new experiences and know that this is why you are on the earth. Your purpose is to discover your spirited nature and bring forth through your efforts whatever is meant to be. Wondrous miracles have a way of showing up when you let inspiration propel you forward. You are so, so loved. Again, it's that forward propulsion. Stop looking in the mirror. If there's somebody behind trying to catch you up, or whether they're arriving, or whether you should wait, or any of those energies, screw that. Look forward. Look what on the road in front of you. Otherwise, you're going to crash into something because you haven't got your eyes fixed on what's ahead, and you're much more likely to fall for something or be deceived or self-deceive or any of those energies if you're not focused on the future. It's what you decide that you deserve and want. So I'm going to leave these cards in the correct position because I just feel like taking a new jump, a new start, in maybe a young romantic situation. Maybe some of you have met somebody, or you are thinking about eking out of the cave maybe that you've been in. I'm feeling a cave energy with this Demeter card here. To connect with true love, then Spirit's like, brilliant. Be positive about that. Be positive about that. I know you might feel tired. I know you might feel drowsy. I know you might feel that this weight is really difficult, as around your neck almost. This snake is around Demeter's neck. It's like this poisonous energy is kind of clinging on. It's time to get in touch with the sacred medicine of the snake and the sacred medicine of the honey, and see life as sweet again. And that will align you, and a whole new world does await you. I really do feel that is definitely en route. Anyway, I hope that resonated with you, stack number 2. And if it did, please like and subscribe and share. Thank you so much for listening. Bye. Hello, stack number 3 is for you that chose the turquoise stone. And all I want to say is wow. Wow. You've been stung. Wasp spirit, you've been stung. Sometimes life stings. And you've been stung, and this is a very expressive card for me. The marrying maiden, a compromising situation, subordination, succumbing to seduction, manipulation, low self-esteem. You've been chained, or you have chained yourself to a partnership, or you've been made to feel like second fiddle, like the runner-up, coming in second. Possibly on repeat with this cycles here, with this changing woman card. Cycles maybe, where you attracted people into your life, you were just unavailable, mentally, emotionally, or physically unavailable, and that has stung, that's hurt bad. Or that's you. You've been the one in a commitment or bound to somebody else that you really didn't enjoy being bound to, but may have had, but that has been suppressed, and you put a brave face on it with this ecstasy card. But now, kaboom, this cycle has changed. So you've got to take what resonates, because there's 2 very different energies with that. Somebody, you know, likes to keep people subordinate, or keep them holding on to a space. So you may be dealing or have dealt with that kind of energy because they are indecisive, or that could be you, because they're indecisive. The 2 of Wands here, massive indecisional energy, and keeping it like a sort of an imprisoned guard on your love or your attention and your light, meanwhile subduing your power. Virgin, light attribute, maintaining symbolic purity of heart and spirit. So very pure energy from you. There is a purity within you, that needs to be expressed much more forcefully in a positive way. Destroyer, upside down, shadow aspect, intoxication with destructive power, destroying others' dreams or potential. So I feel like either you feel like these energies have destroyed your potential because you've got too bound up, too caught up in relationships with other people where you've made them a priority, but they've made you secondary. Maybe they're up in their head about an ex, or maybe they juggled you with another party. Maybe they weren't fully available to you right from the get-go. But I feel like this maintaining symbolic purity of heart and spirit, you know, that your desire to see the best in people because you have this pure light energy, means that they are threatened by it and feel the need to suppress your strength, suppress your capability, suppress your ability to step into this space confidently. So the light attribute is releasing what's potentially destructive and preparing for new life. I'm going to leave it that way. So maintaining the symbolic purity of heart and spirit here has left you in two minds about how you do that, and how you also express what is an innate and very different energy of your personality, which is powerful, expressive, creative, instinctual, sensual, sexual, visible in the world. The capability to change people's lives, to rock people's worlds, to be a catalytic factor that results in the refertilization of the ground. There's a reason why people live near volcanoes, and that is because the earth is better than anywhere else in terms of fertility. Maybe you feel unfertile. This virginal energy, I feel that you may have been like very loyal. Maybe other people weren't. They just weren't, and that stung you. And that left you feeling suppressed. It left you feeling not represented. But what's really happening here is that there's this side of you that almost intimidates you, which is so impressive and so powerful spiritually that to release it means that you make an indelible impact on the world, that you change the world, that you are providing a vent for earth energy, for Gaia. There's a reason why volcanoes exist. The earth does not have anything in place that is not essentially important to her regeneration, to her power. Preparing for new life, releasing what is destructive. That you are in the process of, or you've done a lot of work on breaking the chains of this concept that you are somehow lesser, somehow less significant. This, I definitely feel, has been suppressed in your childhood. Like the virginal aspect is quite, there's a pure energy, and I do feel that has prevented you from really celebrating yourself and your bohemian nature and your dualistic personality, because we've got the lovers up here. There's dualistic personalities, a lot of Gemini energy in this, which means that the dualism of life needs to be balanced. So you are very passionate, yet you are very pure of heart and spirit. Very pure. And your pure power is a threat to people, because they sense this, even if you don't want to express it, even if you struggle to express it, even if you put a lid on this, which I think a lot of you have done in the past, you will be unbelievably accommodating, and then one day, as my friend puts it, the champagne moment occurs and you explode. And it's destructive explosion as well. You may burn the bridge, it will detonate a bridge to your past or to past individuals, but you're tired of this cycle. And the reason why this is up here is that it's saying that is because you need to accept your passion. You get me all fired up, stack threes, because you are so significant to spirit. Like your ability to move and shake the cultural landscape, I want to say, is enormous, and it's coming from a space of purity, which makes it even more powerful, even more powerful. Now, some of you, it says down here, shadow attribute, fear of intimate union. And although it's come up in its light aspect, I do think that you've been dealing with people who are indecisive and are scared of intimate union, whereas you may have clung to that intimate union or opened yourself up and then been stung because part of you already knew that there was not an equal exchange of energy. There's an equality in the Lovers card. Look at these people, they're equal. There's this kind of bond, neither one is below or above the other. So it may be that you've had some preconditioning, definitely feel it is preconditioning. If you're female, this is a preconditioning that you may be even unaware of that says men are in a position of superiority. If you're male, you may be conditioned in this way and not recognize that too. It may be difficult for you to show the softer side because your type of upbringing has insisted on a masculinity that didn't express that purity, wasn't allowed to be in that feminine energy, that had expectation of you to be the mover, be the shaker, and as a result you feel subdued in your feminine energy here. But this feminine energy is right aspected, so it's incredibly strong. Incredibly strong is what I want to say to you. Sometimes life stings. So you have been royally stung, possibly by an explosive individual, or you've possibly attracted situations in your life that somebody suddenly has just unleashed their energy in your direction and destroyed your dreams, destroyed your concept of your potential and your capability. Maybe one of your parents was volatile, is what I want to say, and that has caused you to become an overthinker and an over worrier, and there's intense anxiety for me in this 9 of Swords energy, intense, and you don't know how to break free. I want to break free. Yes, you do. You do want to break free. And I also feel like some of you may feel that you have a spiritual connection that you just can't break from. This might be driving you crazy. Yeah, you might be thinking, I just want to see what's up ahead. I want to push forward in this energy, but you're somehow chained to a former situation or concept of relationships that keeps you feeling like you're playing second fiddle, or that you need to be, you know, take what resonates because this could be flipped, that you need to be the one who's in control of the situation. I do feel like you are made to feel ashamed about things, or maybe you do feel ashamed about involving with this kind of third party energy is what I want to say here, whether the third party be other people or somebody dwelling about their ex, or money, or a concept of security, being bound to something that is a concept of security, and therefore sort of subduing your powerful ability to change up on these energies. That either you have felt ashamed or been made to feel ashamed about involving in a love relationship, or you feel guilty that you have not, that you've kind of let it go, then exploded. Now you're feeling guilty about the explosion. Spirit's like, no, it needs to happen this way. I'm getting from this wasp spirit, what was that? Spiritual acupuncture. So this is actually designed to help you bring this energy to the surface and release it. And maybe you felt royally provoked, but you can't internalize it. That is internalizing your natural fire energy, is making you feel trapped possibly suffering with sleep issues here with the insomnia card. Also just overthinking, over worrying, over processing energies, which is just not good for you. Now, stack threes, you have the power to change the world. You have the power to change the cultural landscape, because that is what volcanoes do. They vent on behalf of Gaia, on behalf of the Mother Earth energy. They vent so that they replenish, rejuvenate. Destroying and creating are the same energetic frequencies, spiritually speaking. That's why Kali is the goddess of destruction, but creativity at the same time. And there is some sync with this stack, pile number 3 and pile number 2. So if you feel drawn, or you felt drawn to both, do listen to both of them. Intoxication with destructive power. So you may have felt addicted to a person or a space or a situation which you're trying to break free from, because this grape energy says escapism, intoxication and stupor and addiction. And the addiction may be with playing with two variables. He loves me not. She loves me not. That's what I'm hearing. And divination energy. Some of you may be addicted to tarot readings, to pick a card readings, to trying to find the answer, instead of allowing those readings to help you see it within yourself, hoping that somebody else will give you the answer that enables you to unlock this ability to release this energetic, to match your energetic frequency, because we've got yes and no in these stones here. And then the stone that is in this person's hand is actually a little forked lightning bolt next to the volcano, next to the shooting star. Confirmation. So some of you are looking for confirmation. Should I stay or should I go? Should I stay or should I go? That's what I'm hearing as well. Darling, you've got to let me know. And the thing is, it's not up to this other person or this connective energy or your past situation or society to say that you are capable, you are allowed to release yourself or not, or a tarot reader. And I am aware of the irony of doing a pick a card video and telling you that you should watch less pick a card videos. But some of you already know that there is a kind of fascination, and you've got to leave this black or white mentality and go for the color in the middle of the spectrum, and that's spirit spectrum. So yeah, some of you have been royally repressed. Some of you are repressing your powerful energetic. Look what that's causing: intense anxiety, inability to sleep, shame, guilt, worry, all of those energies, frustration, resentment, because this is what's coming up: not letting go, resentment, and I am who I am, comfortable in my own skin, confident. Now you got two cards because they fell out together. So I'm not going to tell you to let go of resentment, because I do think you need to actually express it. And I get so frustrated with spiritual counselors or advisors or readers that tell you that negative energies, that feeling stung, feeling resentful, feeling angry, feeling upset, feeling, how you feel is somehow not good, and it's not pure energy. Now your shadow side is essential to you, and it's essential for you to embrace it. And I feel like you are and have done a lot of work on that to embrace it. But now Spirit's saying, now it's time to go, this is who I am. This is how the hell I feel about this. One day you might feel confident. Next day you might feel resentful. Again, I feel this cycle back and forth, yes or no, right or wrong. Stop judging it in two camps. If you feel resentful, you feel resentful. There's a reason why you feel resentful. Maybe you have been mistreated in a way that is not okay. Or maybe you feel that, you can't break free, and so you resent not being able to be with the person that you love because there's other commitments or other situations. and you feel like you can't release on this space. That's human. You're being a human being. You know, you do have this immense purity of spirituality, but it doesn't mean that you have to be this martyring version of perfection or show the world that you can always be calm or always, you know, get through it. You've got to go, do you know what? Fuck this every now and again. And if anyone out there, if you're getting mixed messages from people out there telling you that this fire force energy is unhealthy, then all you're going to do, because it's so instinctual to your nature, is put a lid on it, and it's a crucible pot, and it will boil and boil and boil, and then boy will it explode. And the people that do explode, who you may well have attracted into your life, by the way, on frequent occasions, and been like, what the fuck, this person's just detonated this situation, or me, or my self-worth, or I really don't feel I deserve that. It's because this, you can't put it, they sense this powerful force in you, this ancient powerful force in you, is what I want to say, because I really feel like you've had multiple lifetimes, and you are at the point of closing a massive karmic loop that may have traveled back many lifetimes. And the reason why this is coming to you in this lifetime potentially, and why you may have had a really rocky road with your love life to this point, is because you are pure, is because you're ready to clear that, is because your spiritual frequency is high. And I'm hearing the wasp. It's high. You have high frequency energy. You are capable of dealing with it. You have asked in your soul contract to deal with this energy in this lifetime, and you are just about to close down on this enormous karmic cycle. I know I'm a bit overexcited about this reading, but it is just powerful. You're so powerful. And you need to be able to see that, and you need to be able to go, yes, I am. I'm going to break free. I'm breaking free of feeling lesser. Because if you feel less, you feel that you're prone to be subordinated, or you're prone to seeing the best and then not seeing the destructive energies that are around you, or what's coming, or feeling like you couldn't see a situation, or because it keeps you in the idealistic energy. I'm going to read the back of these cards. Not letting go, the resentment card says, what are you resentful about? Be honest with yourself about this. How do you think being resentful affects your life? What needs to happen for you to feel better about this? I think you need to express it, whether you take up a boxing class, or whether you take up like martial arts and channel it in a physical form of like self-empowerment energy that uses all this power that you have, or whether it's an artistic expression, or whether you just step out into the public platform and go, this is who the fuck I am. This energy needs to happen. This is the, I'm so fed up with this, it's got to go. I'm sweeping out the old. Gaia does not release her volcanoes without good bloody reason. Like they refertilize everything. Affirmation, I can be forgiving without forgetting. Yes, you can. Do not forget. Do not forget. This is a massive lesson. Maybe you've forgiven and then also forgotten, and then caught yourself again in the loop. Maybe with one person, maybe with different people. I'm ready to move on and be at peace within. You are ready. You are ready. Stop subduing that energy. I'm hearing sage. I think you need to clear out your energetic space from former difficult toxicity, potentially, or something that really stung you, and exorcise those energies. Like literally go around with your sage going, out, get the hell out of here. You will be gone. You know, because I am not having this anymore. I'm not going to be pushed down any longer. If you push it down, you have the tendency to be explosive in the wrong ways, violent, abusive. You know, and you might shock yourself after you've been so patient, you've been so pure, you've been so capable, and then boom, you explode, and you might say stuff that you regret. because you're like, oh, God damn it, it wasn't supposed to come out that way. It's not actually how I feel. Or maybe you've dealt with other people that, like I say, have given you that energy. I am who I am. I'm comfortable in my own skin. I am confident. So what does confidence mean to you? In what areas of your life are you most confident? How did you come to this point? What advice could you offer others on confidence? How did you come to this point where you went through it? Something exploded. It may have exploded your world, exploded your concept, exploded your life. Somebody, you know, maybe threw a grenade in and then vanished. Or I feel like, you know, you've been dealing with evasive energies that don't necessarily want to see the power of their own destruction. And the devastation that that's caused you and put you in your head. Their destructive tendencies will make them feel guilty and locked in and ashamed. But there's definite imprisonment energy with this. You feel bound. You may feel bound to your twin, if you're in a twin flame connection, or a lover, or a soulmate, or a marriage, or maybe they're married, but you can't release from this energy. So, and you really resent not being able to let go. And I don't fucking blame you. I don't blame you. Spiritual connections are really tough, and they stick the hell around on a soul level so that we come to the understanding that we need to break free in a powerful way, and release on it. Affirmation: I totally and fully believe in myself. I am strong and powerful. I am confident. Yes. Yes, you are strong. You are immensely strong, stack 3. Whoever chose this pile, your spiritual capability, your ability to move and shake, it will culturally change landscape. It will culturally change the landscape. Maybe you are a diviner, lots and chance. Maybe you deal with some form of divination. Maybe you're a reader. However, the grape energy up here, escapism, intoxication, addiction, above the lots and chance. You may well be addicted to tarot readings, and you really got to get a handle on this. He loves me not. Yes or no? Is it black or white? Should I stay or should I go? Yeah. Otherwise, you're constantly caught in between two worlds, is what I'm saying, and you're intoxicated to understand more about this energetic frequency that you may be feeling, or more about how you connect with the new love. Maybe you sense that this energy is up ahead and you don't know how to move out the old energies. Well, you've got to do it forcefully. Destroy what does not serve you. I'm hearing Mount Doom. I'm hearing Mount Doom. So for those of you Lord of the Ring fans, the only thing that could destroy the One Ring, that's the power energy, and it was a monopolizing power energy, a manipulative power energy that wanted to keep everybody subordinate, was by throwing it into the powerful spiritual earth force of Mount Doom. You are Mount Doom. You are that transformative. You are that capable of transformation, and it is just impressive. You're impressive, and you're going to intimidate people, because that, whether you've got a lid on this or whether you're expressing it fully, people will sense your instinctual side. They will sense that powerhouse of energy, that storage of information, that ancient wisdom is what I want to say. Your ability to transform this and see life's acupuncture in this wasp spirit, sees spirit's acupuncture, is illuminating and inspirational for other people. And you are very, very important to spirit's plan, and you kind of know it. And you may not feel that you've reached your potential in that. Maybe relationships have been a distraction in that energy for you, because you want to share this with somebody. But until you share it with yourself, until you understand that force in your nature, you're not going to get the balance, the dualistic balance between the shadow aspect of it and the incredibly powerful creative aspect of it. It's just part of who you are, lovelies. It's just part of who you are. So these are my twin flame messages cards. Hello, I love you, they're called. Whether you're in a twin flame connection or a soulmate connection is kind of irrelevant. I just wanted to pick the cards to see what further information that they could give here. So one says, I'm influenced by other people's opinions about our connection. Now, I think that you've been culturally programmed and that you need to believe much more in your own avenue, because I do feel like some of you are quite bohemian. I do feel like some of you, you're incredibly positive as well in people's lives, and you have the power to break free from situations like a phoenix rising from the ashes. Phoenix dragon energy is coming through strong for me here. And don't be influenced by other people's opinions or fear or aggression, or don't be caught up in their enthusiasm about you. Some people might be like massively clingy when they meet you because you're so radiant. And it's such a pure radiance as well. They want a piece of you. Or that suddenly they express anger with you because there's a mirror in them of your intense, passionate energy, and they struggle with that within themselves. This is a don't take it personally card, and follow your own journey. Here, don't be influenced. Maybe you've dealt with people that care too much about how they're perceived. Maybe that was part of your upbringing, like the perception of you being pure or being modest or being, you know, in avoidance of those stronger fire energetics. Was an aspect in this, but you're breaking free from this. You're closing this cycle. I realize I may have done so much damage. There's no returning to you. I'm feeling intense loss. Maybe you intentionally have damaged situations where you're like, now you can't get to me, screw you. Or somebody's done this to you. Or if this is a twin, this is how they're feeling. That, you know, they may have jettisoned a relationship with you, and you feel that, yes, too much damage has been done, and you feel lost, they feel lost. But this is a spiritual, you know, look at the birds flying up from here. This is a spiritual explosive energy that is meant to separate you at this point, if that resonates with you. If you're single, you may feel that you just can't find the person that's right for you, or that somehow you may have done something wrong in past lives, or to keep repeating this. No, it's because you're powerful and you've got a massive light, massive visible light. Even if you've got a lid on it, you glow. It's perceived. It's like ready brick. Those of you who are British and remember the ready brick efforts will understand me. Those who don't will be like, what the fuck is she talking about? But never mind. Yes or no. And there's a tiny little lightning bolt next to the shooting star confirmation. It's not about yes or no. It's about releasing and you being the star in your own world, in your own firmament, because I do think you are. I do think that you are going to be, or you are visible, and you're going to have to step into that, embrace it, instead of being scared of it. You're going to have to express it in a positive way, because if you don't express it in a positive way, it will express in a negative way. There's no two ways about it with you guys. It is either positive or negative, but it's powerful regardless. Now, when you've closed this cycle, which you're already doing, which is very exciting, and you stop with the addiction energies, and you need, like, right, this is, I'm not doing this. It needs to kind of be swept out, whether that addiction, intoxication energy is with somebody from the past, or with pick a card readings, or with, you know, too much partying, or with subduing your own passion, any of those things. When you've forcefully decided and forcefully swept out on that energy, you are going to, everything's going to shift. Everything. You are in this process of transformation and shift. That's what's happening with you guys. And suddenly up ahead, like a bolt out of the blue, at some kind of event or celebration, you are going to meet your lover. And you're going to be having such a good time that you won't care. You're going to be enjoying your moment fully. You're going to be smelling the roses. Everything's going to feel great. This could be spring, summer energy as well for some of you here. And it's going to feel predestined. You're going to know it immediately. It's going to be kaboom energy. Kaboom. Your eyes meet across a crowded room kind of energy, and you just know. So you don't have to worry about, should I do this or should I do this? Should I do that or this? You don't have to worry, because Spirit is confirming that something is coming, and it's coming in fast. It's coming in fast the second this cycle changes, because Virgin says, do you know what? I'm okay being single. I really don't want to be with anybody at the moment. I just want to be me and be expressive and be happy and be celebratory and not take my chances. Lot says chance. Take your chances on what's up ahead, not on the yes or no energy. He loves me not. She loves me not. Things are shifting. You're starting to look towards the future and you're handing it over to spiritual forces. You may find yourself in the public eye in the future as well. And I think you'll be very loved in that energy too. Some kind of stepping out onto your platform, stepping out in your performance realm. And it's going to marry these two sides of your energy together so beautifully. There's a marriage up ahead. I think that you're going to marry the person that comes in next for you once the cycle has changed, with this wedding energy up here as well, and this cord being broken. Now, my spirit guide is here saying he has a ritual for you. So I'm going to post an extra video, which I will timestamp below, for a ritual suggestion for you. And he said that you can turn this around in 10 days. That's what I'm hearing, 10 days. And he's got a suggestion for how you do this. So if you're into ritual, if you're into magic, my guide is an expert on these things. He's a shamanic energy. And I'm quite excited to hear what he has to say about it. But he says if you want to do this within 10 days of turning this space around and finding yourself feeling ecstatic about enjoying your moment fully, releasing on this energetic of will it, won't it chance, and just feeling the faith and the hope return, then watch it. Definitely watch it. That was a long one. So I'm sorry if I banged on, but there was so much passionate energy in this reading for me that I just had to get it out. You got me all fired up in my Fire Force energy. It's going to be explosive in such a good way. In such a good way. So yeah, that's for you, stack number 3s, and I really hope that it resonated. If it did, please like and subscribe and share, and thank you so much for your continuing support and your wonderful comments. I think you're fab. Thank you. Bye. Hello, stack 4, and this is for you that chose the black stone here. Well, this is interesting because I do pick up on this frequency of energy quite a lot, and I do love this frequency. I love your frequency. You are very devotional. You are spiritually devotional people, and you have this kind of calm consistency about your energy, which I think is very, very inspirational. You have deep wisdom. You are very grounded. A lot of you are healers. Or you have a very healing presence in the world. You are able to just make people feel very whole or very nurtured just by being nearby, which is really just delicious. So this reading is about how you align with true love, and yours is slightly different here, because Spirit is saying your first true love, your truest love is them. Is spirit, is God, is goddess, is your connection to the spiritual realm, and this will be greatly rewarded. So for you, like I say, you're my devotional crew. You're the people with great wisdom and great insight. So what we have up here is modesty, moderation, humility, keep it simple, lack of pretension, self-respect, sincerity, and respectability. So this card for me is saying that you need to cling to those principles within yourself. I do think a lot of you are very modest. I do think you do have self-respect, but I think that that's been challenged in the past. It's sincerity, you know, being 100% honest with yourself, 100% authentic. And she's praying, look, she's got her hands together in prayer. Prayer is massive for you lot. The more that you pray, the more that you will receive from spirit. Definitely. So you've got to hold faith in spirit's ability to sort out any issues. Now, I'm going to say for you lot, this is family and childhood and upbringing related, and it may have some religious connotation in there as well, devotional energy in there. If that doesn't resonate with you, it's not your stack. This is not your stack. So do pick another stack. If it does resonate with you, then stay with me. So healing family issues, your love life benefits as you forgive your parents. Then we've got child wounded underneath that, but it's in the light aspect. Then we've got Pacha Mama, and the Mama energy is standing out because she's like Mama Earth. So she's about nurturance, and it says healing, holy, holy. And then we've got, and holy, that's you, that is. You are holy. You people are spiritual people. And then with the moon's energy down here, we've got the sign of Cancer in the form of the crab, and that always again talks to me about nurturance and maternity. So there may be some issues in the past. So it could be with a father or a mother, but it's definitely nurturing issues and issues surrounding your upbringing have bearing on your love life here. And also I feel that if some of you are in no contact with maybe a twinned energy or a soulmate connective energy, you are both healing family issues. The reason for no contact at the moment is because you both need to work on this healing of family issues energy, which I think you're doing. I think, you know, you're mastering. There may have been some explosive hostility recently within your family. Something might have gone down that was big, a big deal. There may have been a big fight. And it says down here, warrior, trading ethical principles for victory at any cost, indifference to the suffering inflicted on others. So I think somebody, possibly another person, a member of your family, kind of forcefully exploded at you. And I'm getting like, this is kind of camouflage energy, almost like unexpectedly, you didn't expect this. You tried to retreat from the situation. I'm getting that energy that you just, but you, this was a leveled attack. It could have been that, you know, you exploded, and somebody else was very calm about it. But I think that's for very few of you. Maybe you were too much in the warrior space. Maybe you felt that you've had to defend yourself a lot. So the warrior's like overextended, over defensive is what I'm getting. And coming from a space of needing protection or, you know, protective ego energy. So maybe they leveled an attack and you were overly defensive or whatever. It doesn't really matter. The warrior light attributes here are strength, skill, discipline, toughness of will, heroism, stoicism, and self-sacrifice in conquering the ego. So the Spirit is teaching you about how to stay strong. And here we've got the Strength card from the Wildwood Tarot, which is the Woodward. And again, wildcat energy here, and there's a wildcat here, bobcat, and this is cat-like energy as well. Some of you may have a real affinity to cats or felines in general, but there's definitely strong energy in that space for me. I feel like its spirit is accompanying you, but in the right level of warrior energy. Now, you may have been very, very provoked by this individual, and you may have drawn the line and so said, no, this is not acceptable. But what you're really mastering is the ability to stay superbly calm when other people are explosive or when they level an attack. And this may have happened more than once in your past. maybe from partners as well. I do feel like this energy will stem from one of your parents or both of your parents. There's certainly one more than the other who was very explosive, very unpredictable. I'm hearing you had to walk on eggshells. You would rather have been invisible. You were expected to be modest, expected to be humble, expected to be honest, expected to be respectable. There's quite a lot of expectation of you being, you know, almost in a perfection or a perfect reflection of respectability. Whereas one of your parents or both of your parents or somebody near you in your family did not behave that way. They were overly domineering, overly desiring to push you in towards their own perception of ethics. Now, there could have been very strong religious factors involved in that with this gospel energy up here. So maybe they were devout Christians or devout Hindus or devout whatever. Now that might not ring true, but it's almost like there's very specific modes of interaction with society, and you're expected to uphold those modes of interaction. And if you're unusual, bohemian, different, spiritual in a different way, this was a challenge for you. And you may have had to fight for your right to believe what you wanted to believe. And this blow up may have been to do with a difference of opinion about belief systems or certain belief structures, certain, you know, expectations for you to be sort of railroaded into conventional thinking, is what I'm feeling here, because I don't feel that. I feel like in some ways that you are conventional but in ancient ways that you are conventional, but you are non-conventional because because even if you are devoted to a particular religion or a particular way of expressing your devotional energy, you are incredibly accommodating of other people's belief structures. You don't feel the need to force your belief structure onto other people because, well, if you're happy with yourself, then why would you do that? This is something that's always baffled me about religions that deem it appropriate to try and enforce their beliefs. If they're so happy with it, then, you know, example, right? If everyone sees that particular group of people as perfectly fulfilled, that is going to be the largest, like, persuasive argument for why you should go and find out what they believe in. So anyway, it's just my opinion. You have got great wisdom, and because you have tried very hard to stay to your spiritual course and rise above this hostility, and do the healing work required on the inner child energy, Spirit is rewarding you. It's opening up the temple gates to you, and I'm hearing Ashatic records as well here. You're gaining great wisdom and great insight, and you are meeting masterful energy that is awaiting you in this temple. That's what I'm feeling. You are mastering, but you are also meeting masterful energy. Now, for a lot of you, I'm picking up spirit guides, and I'm picking up like strong, powerful, ancient, spiritual, enlightened beings that are accompanying you on your spiritual journey. But I'm also feeling that for some of you, you are encountering people of great wisdom, great insight, maybe a spiritual leader or religious leader of some description who is able to give you, I mean, look, he's levitating, who's able to give you great insight into your healing journey and bring you back into alignment with yourself. I'm also hearing balancing out of the male and female energies going on in this too. There's a lot going on for you guys. This spiritual pathway is part of your journey. It's your calling. You are here to heal. You are here to make whole issues that that have come up. And you can do this by communication energy, very gentle communication energy, or counseled energy, counseling. But I also feel that your real wisdom is in handing over the healing forces to spirit and just working on your childhood inner subconscious self. Because the moon for me always refers to childhood fears or childhood issues. Some of you were very, very anxious as children, on edge, what's happening, anxious, like acute anxiety, because of a hostile environment that you were living in, or a hostile parent, or hostile care, hostile upbringing. Some of you may not have had parents at all. Maybe there's an orphanage energy but it was hostile, and you're very sensitive people. So that anxiety was acute. And I hear that as adults, you may have had problems with your anxiety, like shaking, or blushing, or panic attacks. I'm hearing that, like feeling, especially around the solar plexus region, like a feeling that that chakra was sort of perpetually open. I'm feeling that a great deal of vulnerability, and you didn't know why people behaved in a hostile manner towards you. Well, it's because you're kind of destined for a spiritual pathway. You're going to get challenged in that. Life is going to throw you challenges in the form of people or situations or circumstances, because people of faith get challenged. Simple. Think Job in the Bible, if that's a biblical thing. You've had to go through trials in order to hold fast to your energetic of faith, and therefore not involve yourself too much in other people's hostility. It's their issue, and the more that you realize it's their issue, the more healing energy you can bring to that situation. Being reactive may have been a challenge for you. And it could have been that you was, so you were on edge, so you wanted to defend yourself, but you've been provoked. So you've struggled to deal with provocation or sudden explosive energy coming in your direction, knowing where to draw the line, knowing where to draw the boundaries here. I'm going to read the back of this card. Anxious, ask yourself, what are the specific thoughts you're having? Write them down. How much do you believe your thoughts? Is there evidence to support your belief? Are there other options or possibilities? And then the affirmation is, I trust my inner voice to guide me towards peaceful thoughts. I welcome calm and harmony to dwell inside me. So this is about finding inner peace. And again, meditation is coming up. Now, some of you may have a church that you go to. This temple energy is giving me the idea of church, also sacred site energy. But it's given me the idea of like a community, a collective energy, collective belief structure. So if you're not involved in something like that, I think that it would be greatly assistive for you to go and find like-minded people that have the same philosophical or theological outlook as yourself. It's kind of a sanctuary space here. But this oracle and this wisdom energy is giving me high priestess vibes. I think some of you are deeply, deeply intuitive, like really capable. Psychic capability, healing capability, maybe clairaudient, clairvoyant, clairsentient. This is why this sensitivity impacts you. Other people's energy impacts you greatly, like a large amount more than your average person. And this may have baffled you, because as a child, I feel that was where you were super, super sensitive. Now, these challenges have hardened you up, but you've got like faith-based energy being challenged by hidden forces as well. So I think that you may attract spiritual forces that try and challenge you, or spiritual energies that attach to other people that have a problem with your connectedness, have a problem with your capability of connecting and getting oracular wisdom from spaces of spiritual energy. They may be intimidated. They may challenge your healing energy. They want to interrupt your healing energy. You've got to work with spirit, stack 4. If you want to align with true love, you've got to work with spirit, and you've got to work with those healing, those family issues, those family like problems, forceful energies, and delve into that. This master energy suggests to me great counsel. So I think maybe some counseling for some of you would be good, to talk to somebody who's really experienced in the field. Also, your friends, I feel, are very, very supportive and very healing. Some of your friends are just incredible people with great amount of wisdom, and they see and recognize who you are and how healing and energy you are, and they want to give back, because I think you've given out a lot to your friends or your friendship circle, and they maybe specifically people that have known you since childhood or since a young adulthood are very useful to you in this journey, because that's going to align you again with this kind of true love vibe. And you need your lover to be spiritual and on the level with you. Out of all of the stacks, that is absolutely essential for you. If they don't resonate at the same frequency, it's not okay, it's not acceptable. This Neptune energy, message of importance, voice of your muse, I think Spirit is saying there's great wisdom to be gained from reading ancient faith-based texts. Some of you may have a favorite, and I'm hearing Psalm 23. The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. He maketh me to lie down in green pastures. He leadeth me by the still waters. He restoreth my soul. You've got great spiritual protection. Like your faith, you're never going to go without. You are going to get great calm and blessings coming into your life if you're not already blessed. Still waters is interesting next to the Neptune, because I feel that calm water, lakes, streams, rivers, the ocean as well, with this Cancer card here, but especially calm ocean energy, is enormously healing for you. Enormously healing. And I'm seeing high spaces as well with this volcano and these mountain ranges. I think that you like seclusion, and you do a lot of healing, and when you are in a very quiet, very reflective, very beautiful physical landscape, there's a strong Gaia energy in Pachamama, going back to the earth, getting away from drama or hubbub, or exiting situations that are unhealthy or that trigger you, taking some time alone, time for separation. I do think that if you are connected in the twin flame energy with somebody, that you are in seclusion from each other, and that is healing at this point in time. That's okay with you. I feel that that's okay with you. There may be some challenge about receiving messages or messaging. Maybe there's a block to the messaging. Maybe you've set that in place to heal, or maybe they've set that in place to do the healing. I don't want you to worry about too much. It's kind of necessary. You may have different backgrounds culturally or religiously or spiritually to this person, and this person finds that a challenge that you have strong faith. It may be a challenge to this person that you're spiritually protected. This energy may be hiding secrets. They may be hiding some kind of secret here. And it's very challenging for them to step forward and offer a message, because they would have to reveal this energy. And it might be about another woman or another partner. That's just what I'm picking up. So keep this no contact and do the work on yourself, because I feel like this bobcat spirit and this this Woodward spirit like go together really well. So the bobcat for me is very observational. It watches carefully, and you know, you've been provoked is another cat down here. I don't know if it's a bobcat, it looks like a lynx. But I feel that strong feline energetic, protective feline energetic, but also that you have to stand your ground with maybe family situations. You have to stay in your power in terms of your faith, but you're also readying for forward motion, forward movement, and it may be a challenge to ready yourself in order to move forward. It may be a challenge for you to look to leaving behind either a connection that is just not ripe yet, and you just don't know about this connection and feeling that you're just not sure about it. Or if you're single, a challenge to leave behind and deal with this healing energy, or a member of your family that has challenged you. It could be, like I say, sibling, parent, cousin, aunt, whatever. But it's time to move on in some way, shape or form. Maybe some of you need to kind of leave a familial setup. Some of you might be ready to leave a particular religious philosophy that no longer serves you and move towards your own like faith-based energy, and you're mastering the real concept of faith by doing so. Some of you may have lost faith. Faith is a challenge in terms of the relationship that you are not in contact with. Spirits, like, they want you to hang it up and just move on. They want you to just hang it up. If somebody's trying to throw the gauntlet, trying to be challenging, trying to step in your way, you need to be calm but authoritative. No, I'm going my own way. Don't be engaged. Don't allow yourself to be engaged. This will impair your healing journey, is what I'm hearing. So these are my twin flame energy cards. Hello, I love you. The link is in the description box below if you want to purchase them. But I picked these not because I think everyone's in a twin flame connection, although there may be some element of that here, definitely like kind of soul connection energy. But if you're single, that obviously might not apply to you. But I wanted your higher self to say something to you. So the other side of you, it says, I wish I could express how much I love you and what joy you bring into my life. And I really feel that this is like spirit saying, recognize how much we love you, how protected you are, how excited we are that you are walking your spiritual pathway. It's going to bring you everything, like abundantly. You will be provided for. The Lord is your shepherd. You will be provided for. So don't worry about what you're leaving behind. It's in hand, is what I'm feeling. There's like literally an army of spiritual force behind you, and some seriously advanced spiritual energies accompanying you on this pathway. I want to surprise you. Watch this space, and there's a unicorn. I think there is some magic up ahead. I don't think you've got anything to worry about, Stack 4, in terms of aligning with partnership or true love. You are directly on your course. You're on your journey. It's absolutely right for you. You are doing exactly what is needed for you at this time, in alignment, because you're in alignment with spirit. And any challenges that you're getting, I feel like you're raising above it. You're just raising above it. You've been, your modesty, your sincerity, your ability to honor your own self-respect and honor and understand that life is a mystery. With this bobcat spirit, it is a mystery. Life is a mystery. That the more that you give over to the mysterious forces, which may be an issue for you, I think that's challenging for you. I think that some of you are very logical. I think that some of you need answers. You know, where's the reference book? I need to look it up, and I need to know exactly what is going on here in detail. And that's your intellectual side, is your challenge for a lot of you here. But the bobcat is saying, you know, it's time to stand your ground, but it's also an adventurous energy for me. It also wants to explore and look to new pathways, and up ahead it sees that surprises are in store and that love is in store. I think, you know, if you are in a twinned connection, in no communication, there is great love between you. You may be having problems with communication, challenges to you know, the message is being a challenge, or somebody is being challenging in the way that they message you because they may be, you know, not owning up, not expressing, because they don't understand the depth of the subconscious work that is going on here, but they do need to illuminate you and speak truths that maybe about things that they've kept hidden. But they do wish that they could express love. They do wish that they could show you how much joy you bring. They do want to surprise you down the road. Don't be worried about this. Don't be anxious about this. Work on that anxiety. I'm hearing music. I'm hearing ritual. I'm hearing practice. I'm hearing meditation. I'm hearing beautiful environments. All of those things are going to be enormously healing. Right, I'm going to read your spirit postcard and then we're done. Dearest you, pump up the music. There you go. Bang the drums. So this is ritual energy for me. It's a shamanic energy for me. Some of you may have strong shamanic native heritage, or at least be accompanied by a strong shamanic spiritual force. Get up, get on up, get on up, and start that hustle towards your goals and dreams. There are times to be still, but this is not one of them. Now is the time to make the first move. Say yes to life, pick up the phone, make that decision, and take a step towards the gods or us. So this is getting you to move forward and not stay stagnant, not stay stuck, dwelling on these issues. When it says now is not a time to be still, I really think that they don't mean meditation. They mean that meditation is good. It's okay to be still like that. Expect a cascade of changes, good news, and opportunities to show up as if by magic. Well, there you go. There's the unicorn. Well, we know it's really spirit, and all of us moving things around for your benefit. You have great spiritual protection, Stack 4, you do. The point is that we are saying go for it. Take positive action towards your dreams. Even if the outcome isn't an exact fit for your agenda, it will be orchestrated by spirit and arrive in divine appropriate timing. Don't you just love how it all works? We love you so, so much. Yeah, there's things going on behind the scenes for you, Stack 4, because of your spiritual progression, because of your capacity to heal. You have a calling, and spirit is not going to have that calling interrupted. But you do have to confront challenges with confidence in yourself. You need to know when to be flexible and when to put in strong boundaries. That's what I'm feeling for you. These changes that are happening are deeply, deeply subconscious. You're healing deep, deep, deep childhood wounds and deep ancestral lineage. You are reshaping your ancestral space completely. So stay strong, don't be provoked, look forward and go, go, go. I think that's all I've got for you, Stack 4. Love your energy, just do. Thanks so much for listening, and if it resonated, please do like, subscribe and share. Thanks so much. Bye. Hello to those of you who've been drawn to this ritual, or because I've suggested it in a reading that you found yourself here. Now, this is a cord cutting in a sense. It's about how to break with energy that is addictive. So this is an energy that makes you feel some kind of way. It could be unworthy, it could be hostile, it could be a lack of motivation, it could be fear or anxiety, or an escapist energy. So it's for those of you who are regularly falling off the wagon. It's for those of you who want to sever a connection with a relationship, for sure, or a karmic cycle or a pattern that is unhealthy. And all you need for this is string, a candle, and some scissors. And it's going to take 10 days, my spirit guide is telling me, in total. So I can't take credit for this. This is my spirit guide. This is Crow's idea. It's his energy. He is a shamanic warrior energy, and he's very, very experienced with the power of ritual practices or physical practices that enable you to break and transform. So transformative energy is his speciality. So you need to cut several lengths of these. You'll need more than this, he's saying, more pieces of string. And the whole ritual from beginning to end will be 10 days, which is what I've said. So you need to be dedicated to it for 10 days only. So every time you catch yourself thinking in a negative way, or you found yourself feeling negatively again because you have fallen off the wagon with your addiction, you're going to take a piece of the string and you're going to create a circle. You're going to tie the circle into a knot. And while you're doing so, you're going to express to yourself how you feel about this energy. So you're going to say something like, I'm feeling resentful and it puts me in a negative headspace. Or I've fallen off the wagon. It makes me feel like I can't achieve my goals. Whatever, however you feel. And you can be dealing with more than one addictive energy in this, is what he's saying. So here's a couple I made earlier. The second time that you feel this way, and this can be multiple times during the day, so don't be afraid to cut many pieces of string. You're going to loop them together like this. So what you're forming is a chain. It's a chain that we are forming, that we give to ourselves, basically, in terms of our headspace and in terms of how lacking positivity we may feel. After 8 days is what he's saying, you're going to stop. So you might have quite a long chain. And what this does is it builds awareness of how many times you allow your mental energy to go into a negative space. This could be critical self-talk, or maybe you're negatively talking about another person, or you feel wrapped up and bound in some kind of energetic. After 8 days, on the 9th day, you're going to wear it. So it'll be a lot longer than this. And you're going to tie it either around your arm or your waist. This could be under your clothing. Nobody has to see you walking around with this under your clothing and wrapped around your body. But you must close the chain. So you must add a piece of a loop to close the chain so that they link together, so that they're completely together. Obviously, mine's not long enough to show you, but you know what I mean. On the 9th day, when you wear this, you're going to wear it all day and you're going to wear it all night. And that's important. So you're physically wearing what it is that you have trying to sever from yourself, what it is that you're trying to release from in terms of your addictive energy. On the 10th day, you're going to take a cutting tool. I've got a pair of scissors here. If you are Wiccan, you can use a Stame knife, a Thame, I think that's what it's called. Or if you have a specific knife, a specific cutting tool that is sacred, used for ritual purposes, or that is special to you, and you're going to consecrate it over a candle. So you're going to say something like, I bless this cutting instrument to bring release for me. It doesn't have to be complicated. It can be really simple, but that's what you're going to do. And then while you're wearing it, you're going to cut the first loop. And he's saying that you need to say, my energy, that this energy is released from me. I am made whole. I am set free. And you do this 3 times. My energy is released from me. I am made whole. I am set free. And then you cut it. And you're going to do this with every single loop. Every single loop. So you're going to go through your whole chain. You're going to repeat it 3 times for each loop. So it might take you some time. You need to put some time aside to do it. When you're done, you can discard these however you want. Now, it doesn't mean you'll never fall off the wagon again, but making yourself aware of the pattern that you're getting into over this period of time, you will start to see, he's saying, throughout the 8 days, that the number of loops you're creating becomes less, which is very interesting. I'm so going to try this. And you can, if you want, to really transform the energy, burn these pieces of string, but obviously you need like a protective bowl or a metal bowl or some kind of implement to do that in safely. And that's it. That's literally the whole thing from beginning to end. So I really hope that that works for you. I'm sure that he'll give me some other tips going forward about these different little exercises that you can do with very simple equipment. So I do hope that that assisted you in some way, and thanks so much for tuning in. Bye.